Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about all the hints that lead me to think that Eddie will become Cass, like 100% at this point. I think at this point it's like, if he doesn't come back as Cass, I'm the one who will be surprised because of how much the Duffers have hinted at this possibility. And yeah, it's just insane. I have two new hints today. One of them is on the screen right now. Let me know if you find it in the comments before I talk about it. But before we get into it, guys, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're going for 40,000 subscribers, so the support means the world. We just hit 30,000, so absolutely insane, guys. I have the list here of the Eddie hints that we have received over the last, I don't know, month or so, I guess, with volume 2 months, 3 months. So yeah, guys, this is just insane. I appreciate all love and support. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is why Eddie's going to become Cass. We're going to go through we're going to brush through the previous stuff that we have talked about on this channel, and that has just been mentioned in general in interviews and stuff like that. Number one, Eddie in interviews, or Joseph Quinn, I should say, who plays Eddie in interviews, has said, "I don't know if Eddie's going to come back." He said, "I don't know." He said, "I don't know" to the vampire question. He said, "I don't know" to everything. He never said no or yes. He just said, "I don't know" to everything. That was his answer to every single question that was brought up in interviews. And obviously the main theory about Eddie Munson coming back is him becoming Cass. At this point, in my opinion, that's the only likely way Joseph Quinn will be in Stranger Things Season 5. I don't think Eddie Munson will be in Stranger Things Season 5. I think that Joseph Quinn as an actor will be in Stranger Things Season 5 as Cass / Eddie, I guess you could say. I guess you could say Eddie would be back. So why is he going to become Cass? Well, number one, he got bit by bats and he died from bats, so he'll come back as a vampire. That's the whole theory, right? Well, why Cass? Why this strange character? Who's he? Where's he from? And what does he have to do with the show? Cass is a D&D character. If you didn't know, Stranger Things is based on the game D&D, as you can see on the screen right here. Stranger Things is based on D&D. And basically what Cass did in D&D was he was Vecna's right-hand man. So whenever Vecna needed help, Cass came to the rescue with a sword and shield. And eventually Cass actually turned on Vecna and killed him himself. That's how the story went in D&D. So that's pretty insane in itself. So that's the whole entire Eddie becoming Cass theory. Well, is that the only hint at him becoming Cass, just that it's been in D&D and Stranger Things based on D&D? No. If you look at his shirt, I don't have a good picture. I'll put it up on the screen of the Hellfire Club. Eddie has on the shirt, there's a skull and some horns. There's a sword. There's just so much stuff. I need to pull it up so I can see. But on the shirt, you can see that it represents Cass. So that's the one thing. The next thing is the famous GIF that is going around on Discord, on Twitter. You see it everywhere, where Eddie sticks his tongue out and puts the horns up. I'll put that on the screen as well. Cass has horns, so that's a hint at that as well. When they got the RV, he wore the Michael Myers mask, and the Michael Myers mask was saying Michael Myers, the whole entire movie is about a guy dying and coming back to life at the end of the show. So that's a hint. And the Duffers saying that Eddie is dead, but bats can't kill. Basically, they said that Eddie is dead, right? The Duffers pretty much said that. But, of course he's dead. He died from bats, right? But bats can't kill. I think that Eddie Munson is dead, but he'll come back as Cass. Because Cass is essentially dead because he's a vampire, right? So that's pretty much the basics. There's a few more hints that have floated around that I probably missed. Okay, so I'm editing this right now, and I just realized I did miss one, and I think it's an important one. That's why that's why I'm mentioning it. There's other ones too, but not as important as this, in my opinion. So at the start of season 1, Jonathan was at the school in this jean jacket, putting up flyers for Will, right, saying Will is missing. As we know, Will eventually was found and was alive. At the end of the show, that was at the start of the show, at the end of the show in season 4, at the very last episode, one of the last scenes, Wayne Munson, who's Eddie Munson's uncle, was putting up a flyer saying Eddie is missing, and he was wearing that same exact jacket, jean jacket, with the same. It was literally the same exact like jacket on set that they used, and he was putting up flyers for Eddie Munson missing. Is that saying that Eddie's gonna come back? I don't know, but I'm just saying that might be another hint that the Duffers threw in there. But those are the basics of why Eddie Munson will come back as Cass. Like, that's what you really need to know. It's all based on Dungeons and Dragons, and Cass is, a vampire who helped Vecna and eventually turned on him. Okay, so Cass has a sword and a shield. By the way, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, or if I ever had it on screen here, so he's a vampire with a sword, a shield, horns, whatever. You get it? On this screen right here, okay? I just noticed this when I got this picture for filming. I didn't even notice this before. I swear on everything, I didn't even notice this. If you look on the bottom right here, what is this? This is on his notepad for Dungeons and Dragons. Remember that the Duffers said everything on screen matters. Everything you see on screen matters. This is it looks like a sticker, I guess, right? Well, it's a bat, literally a bat, with a skull and horns and lightning. And as we know, lightning is in the Upside Down 24/7. We hear it all the time. Bats, skull representing dead, horns representing Cass. I noticed that and I was like, oh my god, that's just another thing I can add into the video right there. I didn't even notice that. That's insane. That's literally one of the most famous GIFs pictures from season 4 of Stranger Things. So right there, it's like, wow. The second hint at them saying Cass, or I guess we could say this wasn't the second hint I was going to bring up, but also in this episode, season 4, episode 1, Cass is mentioned in the Dungeons and Dragons game that they're playing while Lucas is playing the championship game. Mike says, I thought that Cass killed Vecna, and Eddie said, so it was Stop, my friend. So they have referenced Cass multiple times in season 4. Just thought I'd say that. But the hint that I found out today that literally everybody looked at, but it was right in front of their faces, and they just didn't, I guess, take the time to see what they just saw, was at the beginning of season 4, episode 4, right after the intro ended. I think it was at the 6-minute and 20 mark, somewhere around there, in season 4, episode 4. It pans out from the intro into Erica Sinclair painting something, and I'll put the picture at the screen here. This is the only picture I could get because you can't screenshot Netflix. It's Erica Sinclair painting I guess you could call it a sculpture or a little statue of Cass. That is Cass in that picture right here above me. That is Cass, guys. And below it, you can see the dragon, and there's other characters from D&D. So obviously she got into D&D in season 4, but she's painting Cass right there. And that nothing to do with that scene, by the way. That scene meant absolutely nothing in the entire show. It was just a transition scene. It was her painting Cass, then it panned out to her on the telescope and just painting in her room, and then Jason knocked on the door. Nothing else was said about that. Nothing was ever said about Erica's paintings or anything like that. It was just known that she was a big nerd in D&D. But that was the first scene of episode 4, season 4, after the intro, and it literally meant nothing. But I think it means something in the grand scheme of things with Eddie becoming Cass. I thought when I seen that, I was like, how did we not notice that? I feel like at this point it's almost inevitable. And also the Duffers also said Eddie's death will have huge repercussions in season 5. So it would make sense that huge repercussions, aka Cass coming back or coming to the Stranger Things. Or I guess it could mean Dustin's going to be heavily affected, or I don't know. I don't know what huge repercussions means for Eddie's death. What does that mean? I don't know. I have no idea. Let me know what you guys think what that could possibly mean, because I don't want to theorize about that because I don't really know. The only thing I can think of legitimately is if he came back to life as a vampire or something, like Cass from D&D. I think that would make sense as far as repercussions, but I guess it could mean they did say Dustin's personality is going to change a lot. I don't know. But either way, guys, these two hints, this hint right here, I seen that, I was like, I looked at it for a little bit. I was like, are those horns? Is that a bat? Is that lightning? Like, my goodness, guys, my goodness. I mean, at this point, I seriously think they're riding him in as Cass, and I can't wait to see it happen, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be, like, legendary. I think it's going to be legendary. I can't wait to watch it. But who knows? Maybe they don't. Maybe this is all just us theorizing about nothing. But let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think about the hints that I pointed out today. Let me know if you think they're legit or if I'm just, far-fetching at this point. But either way, guys, I appreciate you guys watching the video, taking the time to come over to my channel. Yeah, I hope you guys, stick around, subscribe maybe if you want to. It's free. Like the video. And yeah, make sure to have a great rest of your day. Spend time with your friends and family. Send me any theories or hints you've seen on my Instagram or Twitter or anywhere you can DM me, and I'll be sure to get back with you. I appreciate all love and support, guys. Make sure to have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.